Kia ora, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Ni hao, xing nie, kwai lua, gong shi fa chai. Happy Chinese New Year to you. I hope I didn't butcher that too badly, but I'm very excited. We're going into the year of the horse, I believe, which means health and prosperity, happiness and prosperity. So I wish that all for you today as you come into our auction rooms. Now, my name is Daniel Pengelly. I'm going to be one of your auctioneers assisting you today, and it's my pleasure to welcome you here to Harcourt's Holmwood. On behalf of our Managing Director, Tony Jenkins, we've got our CEO, Kyle Sutherland, wandering around. Now, we've got a few team members in the room to assist you this morning if you've got any questions. I've got Jason Wills to my right here, our Operations Manager. I've got Hayden Broadbelt, our auction floor manager, manager of our Fendleton office. We have Alex Neat from our Ilam office. I've got Nicola Cray at our Ilam 2 office. I've got Joe Abel even from our Harcourt's South Island office. Joe, you're representing. So we've got the big guns in here for you today. Now, the reason I point them out is just as we go through, if you've got any questions, if you need any information, either please feel free to ask that of me directly, but if you don't want to shout across the room, then please wave one of the team over there here to assist you. Make sure that you've got all the information that you require. Now, I would like to just say a wee thank you before I get underway to all of our owners in the room today. Thank you so much for all the preparation you've done over the last couple of months. I know there's a lot of paperwork to do. There's a lot of gardening and prep involved in those open homes, chopping those cushions, lighting those scented candles. Thank you so much for the work you've put in, and mostly thank you so much for choosing to work alongside our award-winning team here at Harcourt's Holmwood. Now, I'm going to run through the rules and regulations for auctions. They are the same across New Zealand. The key things are that our agents will have made all the paperwork available to you. That's the contracts from which we work, the lim, the title, as approved by the Auckland District Law Society and the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand. Now, you are the best bidders in the market. We want to talk the best buyers in the market. We want to talk to you first because you are cash and unconditional. Now, if you're our properties that are being offered for sale this morning, they are being offered to you subject to a reserve price. So if the top accepted bid matches or betters that reserve, why simply you are buying the property. Now, as auctioneer, I may nominate the sums in which we raise the bidding. So I might suggest to you I'm looking for 50,000 or 20,000 or 10. I also may refuse any bid if I do not deem it in the best interest of my owners. Now, if in the unlikely absence of bidding, I have been empowered by our owners today to represent them. If I do that, I'm going to label it as a vendor bid on behalf of my owners, and I'm only going to do this underneath those reserve prices that I have mentioned. Now, there are a few agents I see in the room. They're working alongside hopeful buyers today to give them advice and guidance. Now, please note that we've cited all the relevant paperwork for them to do so appropriately. And as your auctioneer, I will point out when I see an agent involved, just so you're very clear on that. Now, one thing that people don't know about auction is that our owners can withdraw the property from sale at any point up to and during the auction. What does that look like? There's two scenarios. Firstly, while I talk about it, while there's pictures up here of it looking better than it ever has, they might fall back in love with the property. They may choose to not sell it. That is their right. They can choose to keep it. The second, more likely scenario is that if the bidding in the room here doesn't reach that reserve price, then we'll simply pause the auction. We'll invite the top bidder out into one of our side rooms to have a conversation with our owners. Now, they may reach an agreement. They might find an acceptable number outside the room. They may agree to sell and buy off each other, and it may not come back in here to the auction floor. So my advice is very, very simple. Hold the top bid. We're either selling it to you here or we're inviting you for that conversation. Does that make sense? Wonderful. Getting lots of nods this morning. Great crowd here. Very good. Now, if there's any confusion on a bid, let's say if two of you go at once, I'm simply going to take the first bid that I notice, and if needed, I will simply revert to the last undisputed bid, and then we'll resume the auction from there. Now, the key thing, though, that you want to know is I'll give you 3 warnings before I'm about to sell away. And you hear the hammer, the auction is done. No late bids will be accepted after that hammer has fallen, and if it's fallen in your favour, you're going to join our agents to sort 3 things very promptly. Firstly, you're going to sign that memorandum of contract and acknowledge you've received the approved REA guide. Secondly, you'll arrange the payment of your deposit, and thirdly, you complete the GST information in Schedule 3 if required. Those are the rules. You're all still with me. Still getting really good eye contact, lots of good listening here. You've had your coffees for the morning. You're ready for us to get into the properties today. Well, it's my pleasure then to start the catalogue. That is number 34A Glandovey Road in Fendalton, brought to the market by Zanny Polson from our Fendalton office. I know you've been very busy there, Zanny. Good luck to you. Good luck to our owners here in the room this morning. Now, the property itself, more formally described as an estate in freehold, comprised of 846 square metres, more or less all contained and described in the record of title that Zanny and her team have provided to you during the campaign. Settlement is proposed for 20 working days from notice of the vendor's solicitor, no later than the 14th of May 2026. Now, the list of chattels, they remain unchanged. I do note that there's a few marked clearly there for you that will be passed to you in an as-is, whereas condition. That's unchanged. It's been the same list the whole time. And I do take it that you've read and understood further terms 23 through to 27. You bid, you buy on the basis you have read and accepted those further terms. Now, the property itself, arriving there, lovely to wander down that beautiful tree-lined driveway. When I visited on Sunday, there was a chorus of cicadas in the background. It was very relaxing, almost being in a little bit of nature there. You've got double garaging. As soon as you arrive, noticing that off-street car parking, double garaging. Notice that wee bit of extra space at the garage, a little bit of workshop space or storage space should you need it. Inside, that modern wraparound kitchen, that little step down to the sunken lounge, the conversation pit, bit of interest there in the design, and then wandering through the kitchen, that bonus office space, nice and sizable, nice and sunlit. I wouldn't mind working from home if I lived in this property, that's for sure. Then you're into the formal lounge, multiple places for sitting spots. The conservatory, I think, is where it's at, though. The wonderful landscaping out the back, beautiful path around the lawn and the gardens. I think I'd just be setting up in that conservatory. That's where I'd be entertaining my guests. They're probably going to not want to leave. So you're going to have a lot of late night parties here, I think, if you own this property. You've got 3 bedrooms downstairs, one being with that feature window out to the garden. You've got gorgeous tiled bathrooms upstairs and down, and that second story having that multi-use landing space, a little bit of exercise equipment in there at the moment, but perhaps it's their work from home office, perhaps it's beanbags setting up for the kids. It's what you want. You've got a 4th family bedroom upstairs and the perfectly positioned main suite there. You've got that ensuite fold-out ironing board. I'm going to steal that idea. I'm going to put one of those in at home, I've decided. Very optimally placed. And of course, the main event that Zanny and I both liked, the lover's balcony there from the main suite. That's going to set you up. Zanny and I practiced a little bit with it. Zanny was up there. I had a boombox down in the backyard, and there was a little bit of romance that happened at the open homes. But that's none of your business, so we get on to the house itself. I open the auction. Where do we say go, ladies and gentlemen, for this wonderful opportunity in Fendalton, Glandovey Road? Wowed you with too many words. Now's the time. Where do we say go? Right, well, look, I'll get things underway then. I'll start nice and easy. 1.5, $1,500,000. Lovely place to start. My suggestion, if you'd like to have a conversation, 50,000 from there. At 1,500,000. First call then, at 1,500,000. Second time. Third and final time. We heard it, Tony didn't see it. Where am I looking? Can you wave it? Can you wave at me if there's a bid? Tony. 50K, thank you, welcome in. Very good, thank you. At 1,550 and working with Natasha there at 1.6. Good luck to you today, team. At 1.6. A little gentle start today, no problem. It's our first auction. We'll warm up, team. At 1.6, here do we go? 1,650. At 1.6, the conversation's here. First time. At 50, at 1,650. Respectfully look for 50 at this point. At 1.6 here. At 1.6, worth it all day long. At 1.6 million. First time. Second. Thank you very much. Keep taking my advice, team, and you're buying a house at 1,650. 1.7 beckons. at 1650000. Once called at 1650. Second, third time at 1650. Too early for 25, sir, respectfully. I look for 50. Take me to 1.7. You're not going to regret it. At 1650. First time then at 1650, and I pause the auction here. Second call. Third time, 50, absolutely, it's the right choice at 1.7. I look for 1750. Otherwise, I have a conversation here at 1.7. First time, second opportunity, third, I'll allow the 25 now, team. You've still got it because I didn't take it before. At 1.7. 1725, thank you. I'll allow you the same if you would like to go to 1750. At 1725. Once called then, at 34A Glendowie Road. A lot of home here, second call. Third time, otherwise I pause the auction here. Any further interest above 1725, otherwise I'm going to pause. We'll have a conversation here. Do you go to 1750? No, that's no problem. The auction is open and live. It's paused here. We'll have a conversation and see if we can get you a sold. Well, respectfully, no, sir. Look for 1750. At 1725, I pause the auction here at 1725. Thank you so much. Kia ora, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. If I could once again call your attention, we'll continue into our next property in the catalogue. That's number 5 at 49 Rugby Street in Maryvale, brought to the market by Anthony Dean and your team. I know you've been very happy chatting to a lot of folks at these open homes, Anthony, so good luck to you. Good luck to our owner this morning. Now, our property itself, more formally described as an estate in cross-lease, having a 1/5 share in 883 square metres more or less, all contained and described in that record of title title that Anthony and the team have made available to you over the last 3 weeks of the campaign. Now, settlement that's proposed for Thursday, the 26th of February 2026, or any other date mutually agreed in writing, and that's not far away at all. The list of chattels, that remains unchanged, and I do take it you have read and understood further terms 23 through to 26 of the contract. You bid, you buy on the basis that you have read and accepted those terms. Now, this is the rear of the block, always the sought after one to get that extra bit of privacy and that extra bit of garden at the rear of the property. The living area, this has been modernised here. You've got new flooring, new kitchen, the wonderful kitchen island, I've been told, stays. I believe it's on wheels, so you can move it around depending on what sort of event you're hosting at home. It's light and bright and it's very charming. You've got 2 good-sized bedrooms here, giant tiled bathroom. Now, with the all-important double vanity here, honestly, this is an investment in your relationship to keep it healthy and to stop those fights, and I thought very savvy design choices here. You've got beautiful deck paths that wrap the home at the rear. You've got the full deck for the entertaining area in the corner, a wee pergola lounging. Perhaps you put a hammock in there. I can imagine a wee spa pool in there. That would be optimal, I think, for making the best of this courtyard in Mirrorvale. Your garage, you've got the single garaging there, extra depth for extra bit of storage, a lot on offer, all of course in the sought after Mirrorvale, and just a minute's walk away from the hub of Mirrorvale Village to everything you need: restaurants, bars, clothing, supermarket. So I throw it open on a vendor bid of $580,000. My suggestion from here is $600 at $580. A lot on offer here, wonderful condition. The work has been done for you at $580,000. First time at $580, I look for $600. Second, third, final opportunity. Anthony, as we suspected, our owner's not in the room this morning, but I know that we are prepared to work with the conditional market. So I passed the property in at $580, and I'm very happy to announce a sharp asking price of $679,000. $679,000. The open homes, they'll be up online. They are there this weekend. Get along. This is a savvy investment. I think this is a wonderful first home. So get along and talk to Anthony. Good luck, Anthony. I hope there's a sold sticker for your owner next week. Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I happily move to our third property in the catalogue this morning. That is 11 Lestrella Road in Hoonhay, brought to the market by Shah Davis from our Ilam office. Shah, good luck to you. Good luck to our owners joining us on the phone this morning. Now, I know you've been very busy, 50 groups thereabouts through the campaign, telling me Hoonhay's rather desirable at the moment. Yes. Wonderful. So, the property itself, more formally described as an estate in freehold, comprised of 812 square metres, more or less, on lot 12, deposited plan 14799, all contained and described on that record of title that Shah has had in the paperwork provided to you over the last few weeks of the campaign. Settlement is proposed for Wednesday the 4th of March 2026, or any other date that you've mutually agreed in writing already with our owners with Shah's assistance. The list of chattels, that remains unchanged, and I do take you've read and understood further terms 23 through to 26 of the contract. You bid, you buy on the basis you've read and accepted those further terms today. Right, so I grew up in Hoonhay, so this place is close to my heart. I can thoroughly recommend a good family suburb. The entryway here, it's large. It almost felt to me like I was entering into a second living area, Shah. I think it can be what you want, whether it's a bit of library shelving in there. I could see the bean bags and a TV maybe for the kids' space. Then you go into the absolutely mammoth main living area out the front. A lot of space for your childlings to run wild out there while you're in other parts of the house, no problem here. The kitchen, the dining room, once again, also over-delivering on that space. Plenty of space for the cooking area. I think you could add a kitchen island and the dining suite and still have spare space. You've got 4 bedrooms here. That is optimum amount of bedrooms, in my opinion. I was expecting 3 when I entered, so that 4th one, a wonderful surprise. And the home itself, Healthy Homes compliant, Shah. You've got a carport at the rear, plenty of car parking, large backyard here, and the absolutely delightful surprise at the back. The shed, the garage, a bit of a raised workshop area. So many options of how you use this workshop. I thought if you're into music, maybe a rave cave, you could have your DJ decks up on the raised workshop area, the mosh pit down in front of you. Really, that's up to you. I make no guarantees about noise issues, though. This is a family suburb, so I do think the kids next door will need to get to bed early, so please don't be too loud if that's what you choose to do with it. So, where do we say go? 625. Bridget assisting some hopeful buyers today. Good luck, team. You've got a good advisor there at 625,000. Wonderful place to start. My suggestion from here, 650. Nice round number. Easy counting for the auctioneer. At 625. Where to from here, team? 625,000. I seek 650. First call then at 625. Second opportunity. 650. 650. Hello, sir. Looking cool and calm. The hat and the glasses there. Very good. At 650. Good luck to you, sir. And Bridget. 675. Straight back. Have confidence, sir. 700. At 700. Without a doubt. At 700 with you, sir. At 725 now. 750 is my natural suggestion, sir. But at 725, give you time to reconsider. At 725,000. First time, I seek 750. Second, on Lestrella. Third, final time at 725. Sir, if it's not the 750, is there another number? Is it, say, 10,000? No? And 5, perhaps? No, no problem. At 725. If I see no further bidding, I'm going to pause the auction here with these lovely people. As I said, we go outside the room, we have a conversation, it may be sold, and it may not come back. So now's the time, if you've got any further interest above 725. Otherwise, I pause the auctions once, twice, third and final time. Well, the auction's open and live, but it's now paused, team. Let's find a space, let's have a conversation and see if we can get a sold sticker on Lestrella Road. We'll be back with you shortly to take you to Avonhead.
transfer.
Kia ora and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I happily take you to our next property. Just before I do, just wanted to introduce Lynn Cawthorne to my left here. Lynn, give us a wave. The reason I'm introducing her, she looks after our property management arm. She looks after all the rental properties. I think about 1,800, over 1,800 at the moment, Lynn. She's got some interesting stats. There's certain suburbs that are undersupplied. So if you're thinking about having a rental or maybe keeping a property as you move out to the next one, this is the lady to talk to. She knows what's in demand, what are people looking for. She knows what they're renting for. So if you'd like some info, please come and talk to her. She is more than happy to help and generally shout a coffee. So I get very excited about that. Every week I tell her I'm considering a new rental, so I get that coffee. Now, Kay Caddick here from our Island 2 office upstairs. Kay, you've been run off your feet at this next property, over 100 groups through.
Yeah, quite busy.
Quite busy, quite a few phone calls. I've hardly been able to talk to Kay over the last 3 weeks, constantly on the phone. So good luck to you, Kay. Good luck to our owners this morning. Now, this property, 477 Avonhead Road in Avonhead, more formally described as an estate in freehold, comprised of 928 square metres, more or less, all contained and described on that record of title that Kay has provided to you over the last 3 weeks of the campaign. Now, the settlement, that's proposed for Friday the 13th of March 2026 or any other date, mutually agreed in writing with our owners already. The list of chattels, that remains unchanged, and I do take it that you have read and understood further terms 23 through to 27 of the contract. You bid, you buy on the basis you have read and accepted those terms. Now, this property, my pleasure to visit there on the weekend. Things I started noticing as soon as I turned up: modern front fence, updated driveway, lush green lawns. Everything was pretty much immaculate, Kay. Going in, further into the property, wraparound decking, modern cladding, solar panels on the roof. I'm starting to be quite impressed by this point. Then further out the back, double garaging, the carport, utility area concreted behind the house. Often an area people forget about and don't put the effort into, but not here. You've got a flagpole even, if you're feeling a bit patriotic. You've got a seating and coat area, very thoughtfully designed at the front door with a bit of shelter there. Inside, polished wooden floors, upright fireplace, large open plan living, modern kitchen. Then there's the tiled laundry in the bathroom. You've got 3 large bedrooms and then that well-placed study nook. The deck's got that louver system over here. Then there's the shelter. It's sheltered on 2 sides, perfect place for lounging. And then you can play a bit of pool on the deck and then jump into the pool if you so wish straight afterwards. Then there's a studio off to the side, a bedroom or office if you need it, or zip down to the bar at the other end of the pool for a wee drink. And if work doesn't agree with you, once again, a home where I would be absolutely working from home most days of the week. You can tell that I was quite impressed by this home. I literally just had to try and list the things that were making me feel so comfortable in the property, because I couldn't quite go. I was just like, why is this one of the coolest properties that I've been to in a long, long time? I see homes every week, but my main thing, Kay, and you sort of nodded when I said it, it seems to be more than the sum of its parts. Yes, there's that list I've just given you. There's other things I haven't even covered, but the whole creation here is just impeccable, and there's just not often a property like this. So I'm going to get things underway at 900,000 on a vendor bid, at 900,000, at $1 million now. Good luck, team, at $1 million. Wonderful bidding there with $100,000. At 20,000, $1 million and 20. Good luck today, team. At another 20 and 140 now. At 140 at the back. Do we go 60? I heard it here first. Sorry, ma'am, at 160. A little bit early for 10s. Would you keep working with the 20s? I heard 80 here and straight back at 1.1. Don't let me slow you down, ma'am. Good bidding at 1.1. 1.15 at 50 on top there. At 115 at the front. At 7.5. Wonderful bidding, ma'am. You're keeping me on my toes there. I like it. At 1175, sir. 1.2, shall I say? At 1.2. 1.2 up the front now. At 10. At 1.210 here. Against you now, sir. At 1.210. Haven't forgotten about you, team. Welcome back in at any point at 1.210. First call then at 1,210,000. Another 5 at 15. 12.15. 1,225,000 now at 1.225. Where do we go to, sir? I would be going to the 50, but entirely up to you at 1.225. First time. Another 5,000 at 1,230. 3,000 on top at 1,233. 1,233,000. In the lead, ma'am. Good position, good bidder. Another 2 and 35. 1, 2, 4, 5, 10,000 on top, ma'am. Strong bidding. You are unpredictable, ma'am. I love this. At 1, 2, 4, 5. This is reassurance, sir. Desirable property at 1, 2, 4, 5. Once again, don't want to predict where your bids may or may not be at 1, 2, 4, 5. Where to from here, Kay? I might need some instructions at 1, 2, 4, 5. First time. Second call. Third, final time at 1, 2, 4, 5. Ma'am, I'm not permitted to sell to you at this level. Could you get me to 1, 250? 1, 250 without hesitation. Nicola's going to talk to our owners, but at 1, 250, if I see no further bidding, I'm going to pause with you, ma'am, and we're going to have a conversation and see if we can get you into that pool and that bar on the weekend at 1, 2, 5, 0. Right, third, 3 warnings, ladies and gentlemen, otherwise I pause the auction once, twice, third, final time at 1,250,000. We'll pause the auction, we have a conversation here, and we'll see if we can get you a sold sticker. Well, ignore everything I just said, ma'am. I'm selling to you unless I see a further bid. You are buying it unless I see further bids, ma'am. Good luck at 1,250. Is that it? If I found the owner at 1,250,000. Don't ask him. Don't ask him, Tony. Just give me a bid. I'm going to fire him, ma'am. Don't worry. All right? At 1,250, I sell here even for $1,000. Now's the time at 1,250,000 once. Twice. Third, final time. It's now or never, Tony. Is that a 1? No. Tony, this woman is in the seat. She's done all the work here. Yep, 5. $5,000 at 1,255. What do we say, ma'am? You're almost there. 5 more. Strong choice, ma'am, at 1,260. 1,260 with you now. We're about to sell. Tony, where do we go to? 1,260. Otherwise, I sell here. Sir, welcome back in. Team, at 1,261,000. And 1 more, without hesitation, ma'am. Good, at 1,262. I sell here. Sir, keep supporting her. This is what it comes down to at 1,262. Once called, Tony. Otherwise, I sell here. Second call. I don't know if the rest of you are seeing this, but Tony's
1,265.
1,265. Just trying to put you off now. 1,265. What do we say? I scan the rest of the room at 1,265. You can just do 1 more, or you could be a bit stronger. Try and put them off. It's entirely up to you. At 1,265. 1 more. At 1,266. Against you, Tony. At 1,266. It's here with you, ma'am. At 1,266. This is nail-biting stuff, ladies and gentlemen. Another one. Good strategy. Bidding on top of yourself at 1,267. Put them off. What you're telling them, ma'am, is it's your house. Good strategy at 1,267. At 1,267, Tony, it's time. My goodness, ma'am, I think you've done it. This is my boss, and he does not like losing. I know, ma'am. I've got to give everybody the full chances, but I think you've done it. I think you're about to buy at 1,267. Once, twice, third. The phone is off. I think you've done it, ma'am. It sells. It sells. Congratulations. You've done it. At 1,267,000. Just keep breathing, ma'am. Keep breathing. We'll get the paperwork done. A wonderful campaign by Kay Caddick, and we'll be back with you shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention once again, I take you back now to 34A Glendowie Road in Fendleton. We paused some time ago on a live bid. We've had some robust discussions and movement, but we haven't reached a number that works for both parties. So I now open up back to the room for further bidding, but if not, I pass the property in. No further interest, in which case I pass the property in and I wish the owners good luck with the conditional market. So the property is now passed in. If you've got interest above that level, please get in touch. Zeni can get you through this weekend. I know there is conditional interest that will be very happy to know it didn't sell here in the room. So good luck, Zeni. Good luck to our owners. Now, I'll probably just move forward now to 63 Mackaybe Terrace in Lincoln. Brought to the market once again by Zeni Paulson from our Fendleton office. Good luck to you, Zeni. Good luck to our owners joining us online this morning. Now, the property itself, more formally described as an estate and freehold, comprised of 700 square metres, more or less, all contained and described on that record of title that Zeni and the team have provided to you over the last 3 weeks of the campaign. The settlement that's proposed for Thursday, the 14th of May 2026, or any other date mutually agreed in writing with our owners. The list of chattels remains impressive and unchanged, and I do take it that you have read and understood further terms 23 through to 25 of the contract. You bid, you buy on the basis that you have read and accepted those terms today. Now, the township of Lincoln, I just think that's going from strength to strength. You've got new streets, new houses, new supermarkets, cinema and bars. My family, my brother and nieces live there. They are very happy roaming the streets, wandering to the dairy, popping down to the cinemas there. It is a wonderful place to raise a family. Now, this home, modern build, that pale brick, that handsome navy roofing, making it a very attractive property on that corner. You've got that black fencing, established gardens, fantastic template for modern family living. That living space, large and open. Gosh, there's so much space. You can have the kids there building their Lego sets and there's still plenty of space to be moving around them, having those dinners, cooking those, hosting those parties, etc. North-facing yard with the gardens wrapping around that living area, very well designed. It's well laid out. You've got the 3 bedrooms for the kids and a family at one end and the main suite at the other side of the living, so you just have that little bit of separation to keep your sanity, and the well-proportioned ensuite there, well-proportioned walk-in robe. You've got the walk-in pantry in the kitchen, internal garaging. To me, this is going to be a very easy home to live in. So I'll get things underway on a vendor bid at $800,000. Sharp, shiny start place to begin at $800,000. My suggestion from here, $50,000. Into Lincoln, wonderful location for family living. First call at $800,000. Second opportunity, third time for Mackaybe at 800. Well, I don't hesitate then at 850. At 850 with me on a vendor bid. No hesitation at all at 850,000. Once, twice, third, final time. Well, Anthony, it looks like we don't have an unconditional bidder, but I passed the property in at 850, clearly worth more than that. If you've got interest above that level, I'd like you to get in touch with Anthony. I know you'll be ringing Zeni. Oh, my apologies, Anthony. We're going to be working together on the next one. Very good. No, don't ring Anthony. Anthony will be very upset with me, and Anthony doesn't know about this house. Thank you. If you've got interest, please get in touch with Zeni. There'll be open homes up on the website this afternoon. You can get through. Wonderful family home, wonderful vibe there. So good luck to our owners. Good luck to you, Zeni, on getting a sold sticker in the next few weeks in Lincoln. And I'll be back with you shortly to take you, I think, to Northwood with Anthony D. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please, I happily now take you to 33 Applefield Court in Northwood, and this is the property I was thinking about that is brought to the market by Anthony Dean and the team. I know you've been very happy running open homes here, Anthony, very busy. Good luck to you, good luck to our owner. Now, this property is more formally described as an estate and freehold, comprised of 705 square metres, more or less, all contained and described on that record of title that Anthony and the team have made available to you during the campaign. The settlement that's proposed for Thursday, the 16th of April 2026, or any other date mutually agreed in writing already with our owners. The list of chattels is rather impressive and long, but that is unchanged, so it's as the paperwork shows. And I do take it that you have read and understood further terms 23 through to 27 of the contract. You bid, you buy on the basis you have read and accepted those terms here today. Now, this executive home has a lot to offer. It creates strong first impressions, those sections of river stone cladding on the outside and that double height foyer welcoming you in, setting the tone for the rest of the home. The kitchen, dark detailing of the bench tops and cupboards, a little subtle ceiling differentiation in the height just to delineate the space of where the cooking happens. You've got the formal dining and the lounge, both having been designed with good flow and a good amount of space, opening to that morning dining spot just out on the side of the home. You've got the formal lounge that's connected through the gas fire that feeds into both living areas, a wonderful little detail there. And the conservatory, for me, a standout feature. Anthony and I both looking at it going, this should be the way that new conservatories are designed, sort of full walls of glass there. The garden, sculptures, water features, chess set. Anthony and I spent a few minutes out there having a game of chess. It didn't take him long to beat me at all. And just lots of different highlights and details expressed through this garden. Lots of lovely choices. You've got 3-car garaging, very rare and very sought after. Your main bedroom on the ground floor with the walk-through wardrobe and the sumptuous size of the ensuite there. You've got more bedrooms upstairs, including one once again with a second ensuite. Wonderful choice there. This house, I believe, Anthony, nominated for House of the Year in 2009, coming out with a silver award. That's the quality of the home here. Wonderful opportunity. So where do we say go, bidders and buyers? A lot of home on offer here in Applefield Court. I'll give you a suggestion. We could get started at $1.4 million. Nice and easy, exciting at 1.4. First time. Second, third opportunity. Right, well, Anthony, I don't hesitate. We're ready to go into our next stage of the campaign. The property's passed and clearly worth more than that 1.4, a lot of home on offer. So we've got the sharp, shiny asking price of $1,495,000. 1,495, representing excellent value, a wonderful home in Northwood, little gated community there. I think the gates shut at 7 o'clock, so if you don't like the guests you've invited over, just invite them for 7:15, not a problem. Good luck to you, Anthony. Good luck to our owners here in Northwood. We'll be back with you shortly to take you to Avondale. with your attention, please, I take you happily now to 22 Besant Place in Avonhead, brought to the market by Spencer and Ash Sutherland Todd. Good luck to you too. I know you've been busy out there. Good luck to our owners joining us online here this morning. Now, the property itself, more formally described as an estate in freehold, comprised of 860 square metres, more or less, all contained and described on that record of title that Spencer has provided to you over the last 3 weeks of the campaign. Now, settlement, when you can take over, when you can move in, that is set down for Friday, the 6th of March 2026, or any other date that you've mutually agreed in writing with our owner already. But Spencer, that's not far away at all. What, 2-3 weeks? You'll be in your first home. That list of chattels, that remains unchanged. And I do take it that you've read and understood further terms 23, 24 and 25. You bid, you buy on the basis you have read and accepted those further terms. So, things that I started noting as soon as I arrived, we're in a cul-de-sac. Now, I always believe that's a good choice to make. It's a little bit quieter, less drive-through traffic. You're more likely to know the neighbours driving around, and you're a little bit more likely to get to know who you're living near. Now, on top of that, it's the rear section on the cul-de-sac, so you're almost assured a lot of privacy here. And once again, I think you're going to get to know those other couple of people that you share the driveway with, and you've got that instant, it's almost like add water and get community, that sort of thing. I notice at the end of the driveway there, it's pretty much you for the last few metres, so there's a little bit of extra off-street parking for you. You've got the garaging there, and to me that's very sensible. I know my first home did not have enough garaging, didn't have enough storage, so that's something I absolutely underline now as important. Then you enter through the gate, fully gated section. So now this may not be relevant to you right now, but as soon as you buy a house, you're going to want to get a dog. It's just natural instinct. Okay, you're going to have that fully fenced yard. You can have kids there, you can have friends visiting with kids, or you can have that dog, and you know that that dog's going to stay contained. Large family section here. There's space for veggie gardens, for playing, for trampolines, whatever you like, there's space for it. You've got new kitchen, new bathroom, new hot water cylinder in 2025, modern roofing, 4 well-proportioned family bedrooms. Not often that you're coming across that in Avondale, often more those 3-bedroom starter homes. So just having that extra bit of space here. I remember my house where I started and where I'm at now. I wonder if I'd started with a house like this, how much further along in life I would be if I started with a 4-bedroom home like this. So I'll get things underway. I'll draw a line in the sand for you at 500,000. 500,000 on a vendor bid with me. My suggestion, 520, but I throw it to the room. 580. Spencer working with some buyers there at 580. Strong entry into the race team. Very excited at 580. My suggestion. And 600 Shah with a bidder there on the phone. Shah, please wish them luck at 610. At 610 now with Spencer and his buyers. It's against you now, Shah. And 615. And 620 without hesitation. We've got a plan. We're here to buy today. Very good at 620. Against you now, Shah. My suggestion, 625. But at 620, 625. Once again, putting off the competition. I like it. Put a bit of space between you and them at 625. Shah, do we go 630? 630. 635 now, at the rear with you ladies at 630, keep breathing, at 635, thank you Jason, at 635, Shah, my suggestion 640, at 635, 650, nice and bold, that's a bid, they're trying to buy it, at 650. Where do we go, team? Talk to your advisor, Spence there to help at $650,000. First call, it's at 5.5, 655, at 655, determined. You've already got those plans for the back garden, what you're going to do. At 656, just the one more, at 656. It's now with Shah and her buyer at 656. Thank you so much, Nicola. At 656, I sell at 656. What do we say? We're on the market. We're playing for the keys now at 658. At 658, 2 more on top at 658. With you ladies, I'm selling it to you. All right, at 658, but I do need to give them 3 opportunities to change their mind. At 658 though. What are we doing, Shah? Oh, she's shaking her head, ladies. I think we've done it. At 658 for the first time. Second opportunity, I scan the room. Third, final time for this 4-bedroom wonderful home. Most of the work's done for you. At 658, it goes, sold. Congratulations. You've got your first home. Very exciting, Tony. This is what we're here for, getting people into their first homes at 22 Besant Place. Wonderful campaign by Team Sutherland Todd at 658, and I'll be back with you shortly to take you to Beveridge Street. Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention now, please. It's my pleasure to take you to our last property in the catalogue for today. That is number 2 at 37 Beveridge Street in Christchurch Central. This has been brought to the market by Zanny Paulson and her team from the Fendleton office. I know you've had an absolute pleasure there, giving out quite a few curly-whirlies in the process of the open here at home, Zanny. So good luck to you. Good luck to our owners here today. Now, the property itself, more formally described as an estate in freehold, comprised of 234 square metres, more or less, all contained and described in that record of title that Zanny and the team have provided to you over the last 3 weeks during the campaign. Now, settlement that's proposed for Thursday, the 12th of March 2026, or any other date, mutually agreed in writing already with our owners. Now, the list of chattels, that remains unchanged, and I do take it you've read and understood further terms 23 to 25 of the contract. You bid, you buy on the basis you have read and accepted those terms today. Now, this home, dark modern cladding, that's the first thing that I took in, looking very, very smart. And then the second thing I noticed, the off-street car parking, as well as that precious internal garaging. Now, when you're inside the 4 avenues, this is absolutely premium, sought-after spots, having car parking and garaging, and it's all on offer here. It doesn't surprise me at all that this home has been that well designed and thoughtful. So inside, you enter into that spacious foyer. Now, once again, in modern inner city living, you often don't get that precious foyer space to welcome your guests and transition into the home. Very thoughtfully designed here. Bit of area for sitting, a little bit of storage in there for coats and shoes and bags, etc. and you already get greeted with that 2.7 stud height downstairs, giving you that sense of space that continues to flow through the rest of the downstairs story. The kitchen, given copious amounts of space. Now this absolutely wins me over, because I don't ever want to underutilise a kitchen. That's the heart of the home. It's where you feed, it's where you host, it's where you entertain. So given that space there, that laundry off to the side, hidden away but also ready to be optimised as the scullery, hiding the dishes away from all the failed attempts of the red wine sauce that you were trying to make. That's me most weekends. Or the prepped food that you've just got ready to pull out like I bought one. Then you've got the wonderful lounge and living area, that full north-facing wall, pretty much entirely windows there to just optimise the light into the space, and of course giving you the views out to this immaculately landscaped backyard. I had to stand there, Zanny, with you going, how do I describe the backyard? I don't want to say it's private, because I know that there are other buildings nearby, but when I was standing there I felt like I was in my own space, and I really didn't notice anybody else around me, with the beautiful established trees around the edging. Upstairs you've got 2 large bedrooms, plenty of wardrobe space, the large bathroom, the large ensuite, and I just noticed when you get to the top of the stairs, that extra room. I don't want to say landing, that's not doing it justice. You've got a room at the top of the stairs. I know the owner's still got ideas about what else you could add to it to just optimise and make that living space, but it really depends on who you are and who you need to host in that space, whether it's a space for kids or an office space. That's entirely up to you. Of course, Zanny, location cannot be beaten here. Walking distance to Victoria Street, walking distance to the Riverside markets. I think you're probably going to end up retiring your car. That's just going to be there. It maybe become an unused classic in the garage, because you're just going to walk everywhere you need to. Now, I've lived on Gracefield Ave, a street or two away, so I've wandered the street over my time in Christchurch. I can attest this is quite a lovely neighbourhood. I was very jealous of walking from Gracefield, and I pretended that I lived on Beveridge Street when I told people when they were visiting me in the central city. So I'll get things underway. You can tell I was impressed by this home, but let's get things underway. Vendor bid with me, nice and simple, at 1.3. 1.3 with me. 1.4 straight in, team. Good luck to you today at 1.4. Strong entry into the race without hesitation at 1.4. Perhaps I've found my new owners at 1.4. Let's see. My suggestion from here, $50,000, maybe 1,450. Hello, sir. Good luck today, sir. Very formal. I like that in the suit. Possible real estate agent, sir? 1.5. No, just very classy dress. We dress like this every day. I know, I noticed. I'm just talking to my new friend at 1,450, and now it was 1.5. Can I confirm? I was too busy talking, sorry. I'll get a tap on the hand later. At 1.5 with you. Sir, my well-dressed friend. Surely you didn't come to do one bid, sir. Oh, I'll give you time to reconsider if you so wish, but at 1.5, the conversation's here first. At 1.5, doesn't have to be 50,000, sir. Happy to work and say 20,000 if you wish. At 1,520 then with you, sir. Savvy choice. 40. At 40. So they're matching you, sir. They're following your lead now. A bit of a leader there at 1,540. In the lead, though, over here. Another 20, shall we say? Well, is it 10 then, sir? You seem to like it when I reduce the increments a little bit. At 1,540. First call at 1,540,000. Second time. Third, final opportunity. So, sir, if there's no further bidding, what I'll do is I'm going to pause with these lovely people here. We're going to have a conversation, but we may reach an agreement and we may sell the property to them. Do you want to have another go? This is the time, even for 5,000? No problem, sir. I'll pause the auctions open here. We're going to have a conversation, see if we can get the keys for you. It paused at 1,540 on Beveridge Street. The auction is open and live. I take you back now to 11 Lestrella Road in Hoonhay. We paused some time ago on a live bid of $725,000, and I look to Shah at that level. My owners are happy to call it on the market and sell at $725,000 unless there's a further bid. All right, the property is on the market and I sell at $725,000 unless there is further bidding. First time at $725,000. Second, third, final time, which case I'm happy to say 11 Lestrella Road is going, sold. Congratulations, you've done it. Another wonderful campaign by Shah Davis, and we'll be back with you shortly for further updates.
Shiny lights and purple sky, everything's so bright. 기다려왔어 지금이야. Turn off your phone and off your mind. Look at you so bright. 멈출 수 없어 지금이야. Oh, I'll take you to the moon. Come on up, enjoy your ride. Oh, I'll take you to the moon. Just be ready to enjoy your night. Oh, baby, it's right now. You don't wanna waste this time. 어디든지 가줄게. Yeah, I'm on a wood, can't stop. 이루어질 거야. I'll take you to the moon. Can't stop. 이루어질 거야. I'll take you to the moon. 춤을 춰봐 left and right. You know you feel so right. 다른 시선 따윈 don't care. 무기타 자라 소리쳐. You know you feel so right. 이제부터가 시작이야. Oh, I'll take you to the moon. Come on up, enjoy your ride. Oh, I'll take you to the moon. Just be ready to enjoy your night. Oh, baby, it's right now. You don't wanna waste this time. 어디든지 가줄게. Yeah, I'm on a wood, can't stop. 이루어질 거야. I'll take you to the moon. Can't stop. 이루어질 거야. I'll take you to the moon. Oh, baby, it's right now. You don't wanna waste this time. 어디든지 가줄게. Yeah, I'm on a wood, can't stop. 이루어질 거야. I'll take you to the moon. Can't stop. 이루어질 거야. I'll take you to the moon.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could have your attention, please. I take you back now to number 2 at 37 Beveridge Street in Christchurch Central. We paused some time ago on a live bid of $1,540,000. We've had some robust discussions, and that bid has been increased to $1.6 million. And I'm happy to say that at that level, my owners have withdrawn the property from sale and sold the property at 1.6 to our new owners. And what a pleasure it is when we have lovely owners and lovely buyers. I think you're going to make very lovely neighbours moving forward. I'll hand you back to Zanny Polston and her team for the paperwork. That concludes our day here at Harcourt's Holmwood for the week 4 from 8, so 50% clearance rate. Good luck to you. Have a wonderful week ahead and happy Chinese New Year. May you all have happiness and prosperity ahead.